This video will tell you more about the General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, and its impact on Zenfolio and its users. The GDPR is a European privacy law that came into effect on May 25, 2018. Today, we'll cover what you need to know as a Zenfolio user if you have visitors or clients from the European Economic Area, the United Kingdom, or Switzerland. First thing to know is who is affected by the GDPR directly. The GDPR doesn't just apply to organizations within the EU, UK, and Switzerland. It also affects companies from other countries that provide services to residents of these regions as well. So, if you use Zenfolio products and have customers from these areas, you should review your procedures to ensure compliance with the GDPR. Personal data is one of the most important aspects of the GDPR. According to it, personal data includes any information that can identify a living person, whether on its own or in combination with other data. This covers a wide range of information such as names, addresses, email addresses, location data, financial data, and more. For detailed information, check out the European Commission and relevant Data Protection Commission's website. Next, let's talk about how Zenfolio complies with the GDPR. Before the implementation of the GDPR, Zenfolio took significant steps to ensure compliance anyway. We updated our terms of service and privacy policy to make data usage more transparent. Additionally, we published a data processing addendum, also known as a DPA, to address data processing on your behalf. Rest assured, if you signed up for Zenfolio, you've already agreed to our DPA, so you're covered there too. Another important aspect of the GDPR pertains to cookies and similar technologies. Cookies are what websites often use to enhance user experience and gather data. The GDPR introduced changes to how websites can handle cookies. Zenfolio's cookie policy allows visitors to choose which cookies to enable on their initial visit. Visitors can delete Zenfolio cookies at any time by clearing their browser cache. You and your visitors can read more about the cookie policy by clicking Show More on your homepage. In the pop-up window, you can choose which cookies you would like to allow or not allow. Another part of the GDPR pertains to removing personal information from the Zenfolio servers. If you or any of your visitors need to remove personal data from the Zenfolio servers, please contact us at support@zenfolio.com and we'll be sure to assist you accordingly as soon as possible. Next, let's talk about GDPR and third-party services. The GDPR not only affects Zenfolio products, but also third-party services that are connected to them as well. These services may have their own policies, so it's pretty essential to carefully review their terms and privacy policies as well. Also important is the idea of safeguarding data outside of the EU. When transferring data outside of the EU, UK, or Switzerland, the GDPR mandates certain protections. Zenfolio uses the European Commission standard contractual clauses for this purpose. Last, let's go over some best practices for GDPR compliance. While Zenfolio can't offer legal advice, we can suggest some best practices to get started with GDPR compliance. The first thing we'd suggest is conducting a personal data audit. To do this, you could examine your website, scheduler, and other Zenfolio products for areas where personal data is collected, keeping in mind the GDPR's revised definition of what personal data is. In addition to that, we suggest considering the following questions. Do you use third-party services to acquire personal data through Zenfolio products? You should familiarize yourself with the privacy rules of those services. Do you use another method to download or export data from your Zenfolio products? Do you mix the personal information you acquire with information from other sources? Are you collecting information that you don't require? All of these questions and practices work together to ensure that you remain in GDPR compliance at all times. Last, remember that while this information does serve as a helpful guide, it's essential to seek legal advice for your specific circumstances if you do require any. For further assistance, please contact our helpful support team at support@zenfolio.com or visit our support center for more information.